What is poppin', everybody? Hey, everybody. It's finally Monday, my favorite day of the week. Believe it or not, it is. It's my personal favorite day of the week. I It's crazy because it really isn't, but I just say it so the grind can keep going. But what is going on, everyone? This is another live edition of Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? The kitchen is now open for service. I hope you're all hungry. What is going on, everyone? It is Monday, March the 6th, 2023. I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. I'm even a man of honor. That's right. I'm a man of honor. I'm Steve. What's going on, everyone? And of course, we're joined here by the good brother, all the way from Detroit. He is the pride of Detroit. Some would even call him the paralyzer of parlays. The one, the only Big Mike. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm chilling, man. Been a crazy long week. And here we are back again. We literally took no days off. No days off here. It felt like with the exception of last Tuesday to be
hmm
exact, right? Last Tuesday we didn't go live for Raw Rundown. We apologize for that. Just that Raw, we got a lot going on, but also Raw. Let's be honest here, it wasn't it. It was not it at all. But we'll be back tomorrow with the Raw Rundown. Okay, that's a promise. But I hope you're doing good. I hope that everything's going good for you in your neck of the woods. My weekend as a whole, we did Around the Point on Friday, early in the afternoon at 6 p.m. Right? We did the Friday Night Warriors with over on True Heel Heat. On Saturday, I went to watch Creed 3 at 1 p.m. time.
Okay.
I thought overall it was a very good movie. I loved just the name that they brought in for the film, the big names in the sport of boxing and all that stuff. But you'll see when you get a chance to watch and all that stuff. And then here we were on Saturday over on the True Heel Heat sports channel to watch UFC 285. We saw John Jones literally break no fucking sweat. That man broke no fucking sweat. It's like he never left, man. It's like he never fucking left the sport. And after being gone for three years and change, right, goes up in weight and makes history, right? Becomes the
hmm
heavyweight champion, and it was again, he didn't fucking break a sweat. Cyril Gahn basically sold, right? The only hard hitting move that he did in the fight was a kick to the groin. And then, after that, we saw Valentina get choked out, and that's when all our parlay went to shit, basically. Um,
Pretty much, yeah.
and then we all recovered.
Sadness.
Sadness. It was pure sadness. Everyone was upset. But yeah, here we are. You know, on Sunday. By the way, Sunday we were live here on the channel with Chilling with Chase, where we basically talked about UFC 285, John Jones becoming the heavyweight champion. So if you want to get more of our UFC thoughts, it's over on Chilling with Chase from yesterday. We'll be back with Chilling with Chase this Saturday, probably Saturday night, Saturday afternoon. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But yesterday, in the afternoon time, more like nighttime, right? We got to watch AEW Revolution 2023. 2023 Revolution, man. It went live from the Chase Center in San Francisco, California. This was AEW's first pay-per-view of the calendar year. And before we get into the review, again, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media. If you want to also help support the channel, we do have the super chats enabled. If you see the pinned comment in the chat, that is the link to our super chat. You can leave a donation. It does help out the show in the long run as we're trying to grow this and get things popping here for you guys. So we watched Revolution over on the True Heel Heat Wrestling channel. You know,
Yes.
we made Tony Khan happy. We made Tony happy, Mike.
Yes, we did.
And I forked over the $50. You know what I mean? I know Tony was happy. Tony was happy. You know, but and also yes, on Chilling with Chase, we booked a YWC WrestleMania 17 card. So go, guys, again, whenever you get a chance, go check out Chilling with Chase. Read some comments, by the way, here. We have Dolores. What's up, everybody? Big Mike and Steve. Proud of you, Steve. Thank you. Because everyone thought I was going to fall asleep. Everyone thought I was going to go crazy like I normally do. I know Caden, that little rat, the little weasel. Love you, kid. Put a whole bingo card and try to see me fail. And I proved everyone wrong. Proved everyone wrong here, y'all. Proud of myself. What's going on, Palou? What's going on, brother? Safet right here. By the way, MJF was lucky he didn't went to jail because it's a crime to throw a drink at someone, which we'll get into. We'll get into that in a little bit. Oh, look at this. Chase coming here with the breaking news, man. You see this breaking news. We got the big old breaking news here. Our good friend of the show will be coming in at 3:40 p.m. So we got about less than 30 minutes or so to talk about this pay-per-view. Big Mike. So Revolution 2023.
Yes.
I went into the show with only caring about 2 matches,
Me
right?
too.
And then it became 3. I only
Me too.
cared about the world title match, because it was probably the best thing that was built on the show, right? And then I cared about the what's it called? The death match, Texas death match, and then literally at the last second, the final burial match, just to see how
Yeah.
through this, right? And when it was all said and done, when I left the show, well, I wasn't there live, but I left watching the show when it was all said and done. It surpassed my every single expectation. Dare I say, one of my favorite pay-per-views from AEW.
Yeah.
A hot minute. I would say, granted, I went to Full Gear back in November. Dare I say, since All Out? I
Yeah.
would
All Out
say,
was a really good pay-per-view.
you know, and mind you, people think I criticize AEW and all that stuff, and it's crazy because on Chilling with Chase yesterday night, last Sunday, literally last night, my bad, we did a recap, and I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. So keep that in mind, people. Keep that in mind. And here's what I like the most out of it, Mike. If you noticed, a lot of the young pillars went over.
It
A
did,
l-
which was really good and very surprising in a sense. Unfortunately, it has to be surprising because we don't. Tony Khan's booking is unpredictable, but he did a good deed to last night.
Indeed. He did an amazing job, man. He did an amazing job booking the right people to go over last night. You know, there
I
was
think he
only
did a I think he did a good job in general with structuring the matches the way that they were structured.
yes, he did. Absolutely. I'm reading the comments here, Chase, right here. I really did like the booking of last night's AEW and also the format of the show. Me too, man. I love the format of the show. Um, what's going on, Hassan? How you doing, buddy? What's going on? In case you guys are just tuning in right now, per Chase, breaking news: our good friend Uncle Tony will be coming in at 3:40 p.m. So make sure, again, guys, you stick around, man. Stick around. Stick around. So let's get this out of the way, Mike. Let's get this out of the way. Guys, also in the chat, let us know your favorite match of the night and all that stuff as we go through the card at the best we possibly can. Also, we do have the super chat enabled. If you want to leave a donation, click the link in the pinned message on the chat. So we kick things off here. We kick things off with the 0 hour match. It was Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Bros versus Arya Davari, Arya Davari, Josh was in Tony Nese. I thought it was a fun match, to be honest. Um, Everything here I felt like was good to see. It's I always say, Mark Briscoe is having a good time, man. He's enjoying himself, and I'm happy to see that. Um, I love the color scheme of the Lucha Bros attire, which is very San Francisco 49ers like, right? Uh, to my
Well, yeah,
understanding,
since they in San Francisco,
yes, and I think also I think there's a player on the team who's a big fan of Pentagon Jr.
George Kittle,
Yes,
tight end.
yes. So I thought again, it was a very good match for what it was worth. Mark Briscoe got the win after hitting the Froggy Bow, and
Hmm.
that's cool to see. Big Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, the match was fine. Like you said before, it looks like Mark Briscoe is having a good time in AEW, and I'm happy that he is having a good time. AEW is doing a good job with him, making him comfortable and catering to his every need in ring wise through tragedy. And it's great. Match was good. It's good to see the Lucha Bros do what they need to do, and would like to see them more often as well in the tag team title picture.
Yes. Following this, Mike, we had and here's the thing about it too. What shocked me was that they had the match on the buy-in or the 0 hour literally on the top of the hour. Normally with these 0 hours or even like on WWE, the Fed, right, the pre-show, they'll do them near the end because I
Mm.
feel like after that the whole 0 hours just dragged. Just
Yeah, I mean, I understand why. They kicked the show off pretty much with a match, and then the rest were talking segments
which was
with
not for
Adam
me.
Cole and Britt Baker. You just got to have those two. They're the it couple of
All access.
AEW. No, of AEW. They're
Yes,
the it couple,
and they're gonna be
slowly
part of the
dragged
main
behind by
two of All
Ty
Access.
Conti or Ty Mello and Sammy Guevara, or
Yes.
Givari, as Chase would say.
So we kicked the main card off. The main card on the show was kicked off with um we kicked it off with Ricky Stark versus Chris Jericho, with the stipulation being that there will not be a member of the JAS at ringside. They're banned. And I really thought, you know, they had a very good match. There was a moment in the match, of course, where Sammy Guevara got involved, right? He got involved, right? But then out of nowhere, Action Andretti shows up and he tries to, for the save. But I love the good back and forth here. I love um the fact that, yes, throughout the last couple of weeks, it just felt like it just dragged and dragged, right, with this program. But I just loved how they can go out there and just surpass people's expectations.
Hmm.
Jericho has that ability to elevate somebody. He did it with Ricky
Hmm.
Starks. And I'm not saying that Ricky Starks was an elevator or anything like that, because he's done the damn thing. He's been around for a while, right? But I'm happy to see that he won with the Rochambeau for the 1, 2, 3.
Hmm.
Um, before I ask for your thoughts, Mike, I did catch the media scrum. I rewatched it
Hmm.
early this morning. And
Hmm.
in the scrum, Ricky Starks basically said, "Hey, I just beat once again a former world champion. That
Hmm.
means I am next in line." With that, here's the thing about it. I kind of get where he's coming from with that. But if that's the case, then Action Andretti should be next in
Should be
line.
next in line. Yeah.
And nobody wants to see that, man. The
No.
idea, think about this, Mike. The idea of Action Andretti getting a shot at MJF, man.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
It's not for me, Mike.
Yes.
Not right now. But I
No.
like the idea, though. Like, there's so many. We'll get into this in a little bit. There's so much you can do leading into Double or Nothing, which, by the way, will be in Vegas, May 28th from the T-Mobile Arena. They're doing a 3-day event. They're doing the Dynamite, the Rampage at the MGM Grand, the home of Floyd Money Mayweather,
Hmm.
right? And then the T-Mobile Arena on the Sunday. gonna be lit, bro. Gonna be like the kids say, a movie, right?
Yeah.
We outside, bro. Like the kids say. It's so stupid. But Mike, your thoughts on the match, man? Your thoughts?
I thought the match was fine. Thank God we didn't get what we thought we were going to get because of trademarks. Um, Jericho's still doing the dang thing at the tender age of what, 40, 40 something or 50 something? What is he, 40, 40 something? But yeah, at the tender old age as he has. I did not like that Sammy Guevara came out and Action Andretti came out because I feel like we're going to get a match between them two on Wednesday or on Friday. Um, thank God this is probably the end as well because we don't need nothing else. And then to comment on what you said about the media scrum with Ricky Starks, that's a I hate the
Hold
way
up.
that they.
Hold up. Polluter's correcting me here. No. He said he beat a former champion twice. That means he can move on to the front of the line for a world title shot. Even if that, I'm just not for that right now. Because with that logic, hey, Action Andretti just beat a former world champion when he debuted.
Wouldn't
Then I
that
mean,
technically be next in line? That's front of the line, next
yeah,
in line. It's the same thing.
it's the same thing, brother. Same thing.
Yeah. And with that being said, I hate the way that they book that for number one contenders. Their booking for number one contenderships suck. It's like the reasons of booking number one contenders are just so dumb, and that's a dumb way of booking a number one contendership. Even when they had the rankings, and now with this, it's stupid. But we can move on to the next topic.
Yes. So let's see here. All hail to the tribal chief Roman Reigns. Amen. That is all. Okay.
Dang
Respect.
right, dang
Respect.
right.
Yes, respect.
Put it down.
But Action Andretti only beat Jericho once, not twice. Doesn't matter, but he beat him though.
Not dying on that hill. Not dying on the hill. Let's move on.
Yeah, we're not dying on the hill, buddy. I love you and all, but we're not dying on that hill right now. We're not gonna. Let's move on here. So from there, um, we had the final burial match: Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Christian Cage. I love that Jungle Boy came out in jeans, right, ready for a fight, right,
Yeah,
and Christian Cage wore like this all black and a sleeveless turtleneck.
yeah.
That was
Where
hilarious.
did he find that?
I
Where
have
did he find a turtleneck T-shirt? Where did he find that?
I have no clue, bro. Probably Marshalls. I don't know. Probably
That's
Marshalls.
amazing that he can find a turtleneck T-shirt.
It's amazing. Pulled it off too. Fucking pulled it off.
Yeah,
I thought this was fun, man. I thought this was fun. I loved the Okay, they had the little gravesite on the side of the entrance area, right? I was expecting people to literally, put the dirt on the in the hole, and I was expecting
yeah,
that, but I was okay with it though. I was okay with it. This is a program that I felt like just went on forever. Yes, I am aware that Christian Cage was hurt. I'm fully
mm,
aware of that. Okay. I am aware that because of that, we couldn't move forward with it, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, and I love just the build up. I remember that was it on Dynamite this past Wednesday? Christian my bad, Jungle Boy was like, hey, if you really want to see my dad again, I'll put you in the hole, some shit like that. Which I thought was deep. Like, holy shit. you know?
That's a good line. I mean, shoot.
And they went out there and they tore the house down. And when it was all said and done, Jungle Boy got the win. But there was a spot though where Christian like had Jungle Boy on the side of the cat, started whacking him on the head
Mm,
multiple. And there's a moment where he doesn't block, like he literally went head first into the fucking casket,
mm.
which was scary as shit. But when it was all said and done, Christian lost. They Jungle Boy closed the casket, and it just boom, the casket just dropped. So there was that. Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought the match. I wanted to see how they were going to pull this off between these two. Not often or ever that they have a burial match or a coffin match or casket match in AEW. They pulled it off good. We now know that Jungle Boy has the balls to do a concerto on somebody. He can do it. It looked vicious as well, and also the casket drop once the match was over was very, very weird to me, but it was funny and it looked good for semantics. So good match, interesting match. It worked.
Now the question is, where does Jungle Boy go from here? Because I'm hoping this is the
Who
end.
knows?
The Christian
Hopefully,
program. I hope it's the end.
yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the end too. I mean, you can't. They had a freaking casket match. I'm pretty sure they're gonna take Christian off of TV for a minute again, and then probably bring him back, or maybe his contract is up and he's gonna go somewhere else. Um, but hey, it's AEW. Anything is possible at this point. But but yeah, but hopefully, what we heard in the first person that started the scrum, hopefully, is him trying to get to that, get
I
somewhere
know.
near that.
We'll see. Well, we should definitely see. But I'm intrigued, bro. I'm interested in seeing how AEW gets the ball rolling on the road to Double or Nothing. They got time to build this shit up. Let's see where they go. From there, we move on. We had the trios championship match. The Elite of Kenny Omega, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks versus the House of Black of Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. I love this match. Granted, I wish there was more of a build. But I know folks will say, "Oh, but Steve, you didn't see the cutting of the graphic of the House of Black and what have you, or last week when the lights went out, and that's not enough for me for a build. It's
Yeah,
not. It's not enough, you know. But I thought they would not. They tore the house down as I expected. I love the near falls at near the end, right? They would literally make you just go back. And again, this show surpassed my expectations. Steve, you would have Steve, you would have made this joke 5 times already with the build. I thought that was a good match. Who would have thunk it, right? Who would have thunk it, Big Mike?
yeah. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Your thoughts on the match, though, Big Mike. Your thoughts.
The match was good, man. The match was. I mean, what are you gonna expect out of these teams? I mean, these trios. We knew the match was gonna be fire. Friggin' that ending sequence for House of Black to win the trios titles was insane.
Yes.
That friggin' they were getting ready to do what, a Meltzer driver, and Nick Jackson over rotates into a knee by Buddy Matthews, and they do their finishing move on Matt Jackson, and then they get the pin. That couldn't have went any better.
Absolutely.
Great move. I think that was spot of the night for me.
It was. And what I'm happy more than anything, dude, the House of Black finally got titles, bro. They finally got belts, man.
Yeah, they finally got belts. Yeah,
Now, what can go where we go from here? I mean, the last thing I want to see, and again, they could do a best of 7 if they wanted to, right? And they can still have a fun matches. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to see that, you
yeah.
know?
I don't want any more basketball analogies with the elite anymore. It was good with Death Triangle. I don't
The
want to see any
first
more
time
best
it
of
was great.
sevens. Yeah, I don't want to see any more best of sevens unless it's warranted for it. Like Caden said right here in the comments, assuming a rematch with the elite is imminent. Just got to figure out where and how they get there. But no more best of sevens. That would be lazy booking, in my
And I agree
opinion.
with this. Yes, do some singles matches. Yes, give me Kenny versus Buddy.
Yes,
Give me
yes,
Kenny versus Malachi, right?
yes,
Or if not, give me Kenny. Because here's the thing about it, right? To me, Matt and Nick Jackson they're just tag team guys. Yes, could they have single matches? Yes, I know. I think it was Nick Jackson a while ago had a singles match with Phoenix, and they tore the house down, right? But I
Yes.
know their strong suit are tag teams. Kenny's the singles guy. People want to see New Japan Kenny in AEW.
I
People
got
want
him
to see
covered.
that. You got him covered for facts. That's where people want to see. You
But
know,
let's keep going. Let's keep going.
let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going here. Um, from there, we had the. From there, we had Jamie Hayter versus my bad. Yeah, we had Jamie Hayter versus Saraya and Ruby Soho.
Soraya. Oh my goodness.
Sarayas. Uh, and I thought, listen, let's be honest here. We went into this match with no expectation whatsoever, and I ended up liking the match. Mike, who the fuck would have thought this, right?
Yeah, the match was good. I mean,
It
that
was
wasn't the
good.
question. It's just like I've said before, this storyline is so trash. I don't care if the matches are going to be good or bad anyway.
Yes. Um, Matt also worked a singles match with maybe Phoenix 2 years ago. Yeah, but again, to me, they're strong suit are tag teams. Respectably, of course. Sleeping Soraya, as Romeo calls her. Yeah. The question was, would they definitely consider pulling the trigger on putting the belt? That was my thought, right? Because again,
Yeah.
it would have been a good story. Oh my God, here's Soraya after coming back, after being gone for so long, right? Coming back, having that one match at Full Gear, which I was at against Britt Baker, right? Beating a former champion. That means she should move in front of the line, right? But I feel like
All
they
right.
did the right decision here. They made the right choice. And Jamie Hayter retaining her title. And
Yeah.
then
I
after
mean,
this, go on. I'm sorry,
there
Mike.
there was no reason for Soraya to get the belt with that storyline of her comeback story because that's not even a factor right now. They threw that out the window when she came back because of her promos being so awful. So yeah.
Yes. I think in a vacuum, the story in this match was good. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, I like the Ruby turn. Here's the thing with the
Yeah.
Ruby turn. Okay, the ref botched by stopping Tony and Britt getting into the ring in a no DQ triple threat match for the title. Yeah, that too. Um, Here's the thing with the Ruby turn. I don't mind it because I knew it was happening. You could see this coming a mile away. You could see this shit happening.
Right.
And I'll be honest with you, to me, the story is still, eh, right? They say the outsiders versus the originals.
Yeah.
And
I
yes, thank you,
mean,
Walter. Stop with the green spray paint. Thank you.
yeah. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
We'll let our guest in just a sec here, but Mike, continue.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. It's just we understood that. I think the only thing that did make sense was you were trying to figure out where Ruby was going to lay her allegiance with, where her allegiance was going to lie. But after that, where do you go after that? I mean, we thought some people thought that she was going to be with the originals. Now she did like a big show turn where it was originals, then now
Mike froze there for a bit. I'm gonna read some comments. Um, Caden writes here. I think it made sense. It's just not done well. It's fine.
all right,
What
I'm
were you
back.
say?
I'm
What
back.
were you saying, Mike? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and I agree with Kaden. I mean, it did make sense with the turn. It's just, yeah, it wasn't done well. That's
Yes.
just my only point.
Hello, joining late. Would like to see the outside versus AEW homegrown plays out. Me too. In a way, I want to see how this plays out. I agree 100%. But AEW's booking
Yeah,
of the women is very hit and miss. And again,
It is.
felt like Finn Balor when he returned to NXT. That too, in a way. All right. Without further ado, guys, listen. Before we go on to the other matches, we gotta let our guest in. He's been waiting. Mike, I hope you got the table ready for him. Right? Got the table ready for him.
The
Table.
table set, candles, a bottle of wine, a bag of some good stuff. It's there.
Our very high, expensive, wine menu that we have here in the kitchen, here in Steve's kitchen.
Yes.
Table reserved table. We even got a special menu for Tony, for our boy,
Yeah.
for the man, the one, the only. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know who he is. He is now the three-time Wrestling Observer Booker of the Year. He is the one, the only
Tony fucking Khan.
Good sir. How are you?
I'm doing good, Steve. Thanks for asking. You also forgot to put promoter of the year as well. I'm also the promoter of the year, three-time Booker, Wrestling Observer Newsletter Booker and promoter of the year, and also the Fightful Booker and promoter of the year. So don't forget to about that, Steve. And I just want to start off my opening statement coming on the show. Who does it better than us? I mean, tell me, who does it better than us?
Absolutely. Well, good sir. Absolutely. There you go.
President and CEO of All Elite Wrestling, Steve. I really want you to clarify that, but make it better. I mean, I know if someone else was on the show, you would have all these lower thirds ready and make them look nice just for him. But
what are you talking about? Look at this. Look.
And also, Steve, you're using last year's graphic. You're not even using the new graphic. You're not using the new graphic that they made. And I look good in that picture and that new graphic. I feel like you should use that one. I feel like you should.
Look at this. Three-time Booker of the Year.
And promoter. Don't forget promoter. I beat Dana White. I beat Vince. I beat Triple H. I beat them all.
Well, let me ask you this question, good sir. How are you feeling right now? 24 hours removed from
I feel
the
great.
best shows of the year. One of the best shows of the year.
I felt really great. You know, a lot of people's energies about this show was really low. Like a lot of people did not really expect this show to deliver, and I trusted my roster. I trusted my gut instinct. I trusted what I was putting on the table. You know, I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, where's Jay Cargill? Where's Swerve Strickland? Where's all these great talents?" And look. I want to say to the president that if you come onto an AEW pay-per-view, not everyone can be on the pay-per-view. Look, there's going to be some pay-per-views where we won't have a Hangman Adam Page or we won't have a Kenny Omega on the show because that just shows how important it is to get a pay-per-view match in All Elite Wrestling. We want to set that precedent, and I felt we absolutely killed it. We absolutely destroyed it. One of the best shows I personally have ever not even just booked and promoted, but even watched. And I know everyone's going to say about the build, the weekly shows, they weren't really the best. And you got to keep in mind, you got to understand that, you know, it was a long layoff in between of our last couple pay-per-views. It really hurt us there, you know, having that long layoff. And then not only that, Ring of Honor was also still going on. I had a lot going on my plate, Steve. I had a lot going on. And I think a lot of people, you know, I think they should just stop doubting me. I'm going to be honest, just stop doubting what I do. You know, I'm going to execute. And like I said earlier, tell me who does it better than us. Tell me who does it better than us, Steve.
Well, let's ask the listeners here. Who does it better than Tony right now? When his back's against the wall, and he literally bottom of the ninth proves everyone wrong. I'm proud of you, Mr. Khan. Congratulations.
And Steve and Big Mike, thank you so much. Look, I know that you guys are really, you know, I honestly think you guys are being really overly critical about the women's booking. I think the women's booking is fine. I think you guys just really need to, you know, sometimes to quote our good friend Paul, let it play out, or just watch, as he likes to say a lot of the times, where he will be like, oh, just watch, it'll be good and stuff. And you know, I've actually been working on my Triple H. Steve, can I do my Triple H impression? I want to do a Triple H impression.
Really?
See what he would be all like. You know, just watch. You know, I'm over here and I'm promoting the thing. Who does it better than us? I'm the game. Yeah, that was a good impression. Was it a good impression?
I believe it was good, sir. What about you? What do you think,
Big Mike, what about you? Did you like my impression of Paul?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah. Maybe like it sounded like 2003 Paul.
Fair enough.
Yeah, when he was when he had the blonde hair and he wasn't putting anyone over. But anyways, I thought it was a great show. And before anyone asks, yes, we took care of the kid that MGF threw. I didn't even know it was tequila. I thought it was water too. Crazy. That was a lot of tequila to put in a cup. I got to talk to the Chase Center about that. I thought that was way too much tequila. Not enough ice, too much tequila. But yeah. Anyways, other than that, I'm very happy with how the show went. I felt that we did great, and the Chase Center, they came to us. They said we would love to have AEW back, and we're good to be back. I mean, we did better than the last company that ran the Chase Center.
Yeah, I heard you guys broke numbers. I'm happy for you.
You know, and it's such a big thing to be the first ones to have a huge event, Steve, inside the Chase Center. You know, we like you gotta look at it this way. MMA hasn't even touched the Chase Center yet. UFC, Bellator hasn't even touched the Chase Center. WWE went to the Chase Center, and unfortunately, due to restrictions from the pandemic, they didn't perform so well. They really only had like half the arena. So for us to be the first major pay-per-view to touch the Chase Center, that was a huge thing, and we're setting the benchmark of not just AEW but UFC, Bellator, even future WWE pay-per-views of what the Chase Center expects when it comes to revenue and money and everything of that nature. So I was very honored to host one of the biggest and first pay-per-view events inside that beautiful center, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Chase Center ends up becoming the Tony Khan Center. you know what I'm saying, at the end of this round. I like the joke. I like that fun.
I like that idea, the Tony Khan Center. Like that, Big Mike?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, you got the money to do it anyway.
Absolutely. But Mr. Khan, now we're on the road to the Double or Nothing coming up in May 28th from the T-Mobile Arena. You guys will be in Vegas for 3 nights.
Yeah, like I said it last year. I said Double or Nothing is not leaving Las Vegas. It's always going to be in Las Vegas. It's the home of Double or Nothing. It's a great area. And look, I know a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, Tony, you're running way too many West Coast shows." We neglected the West Coast market for so long. We did the research. We understand that there's a lot of crazy wrestling fans out on the West Coast. A lot of people will think, "Oh, the West Coast, it's one of those." It's funny. A lot of people diss the West Coast wrestling scene, but it's one of our top acts that are from the West Coast wrestling scene, and the Young Bucks, and Brody King, new AEW Trios champion. He's a West Coast wrestler, and everything of that nature.
Walter, look at it. If there ain't no powder, I am not interested in the Tony Khan Center.
There could be some powder. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I just want to talk about wrestling. I don't want to talk about that. Thank you for your comment, Walter. But I
Walter
appreciate
would care
it.
more about the cheese and the nachos. Well, next time you guys go to Mohegan Sun.
We did not. That was just a simple mistake. I think sometimes you guys need to let stuff go and just move on with your life. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. But anyways, I was saying, West Coast has some great wrestlers that come from there. Current PWG champion Danny Garcia, mostly West Coast based team. We just really neglected the West Coast market. That was just because in the West Coast area, in the West Coast market, it was just one of those things where a lot of restrictions were still being placed, and we wanted if we were going to go to the West Coast, we wanted to pack those houses. So I know a lot of people may be upset that there's a lot of West Coast shows, but trust me, we're doing it because we have to keep building that market. So and stuff, and we like the time zone, we like the weather. The weather's really nice around this time of the year. Like, why would I want to send my friends to Minnesota? When it's like super cold and stuff. So I want to make sure that it's easy travel for the wrestlers and everything of that nature.
Here you go. Look at this. This question. I don't know if you want to answer this question, but from J Mac here. But hey, Tony, would you bring back Punk? LOL.
You don't want
to talk about it.
I'll do what Paul says. Just keep watching. Just keep watching. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's fair, Mr. Khan. I'll take that.
Exactly. Listen, I'm just excited, man. I enjoyed the show. I'm actually going to be in Vegas for Double or Nothing, Mr. Khan.
Yeah, you're going to be in Vegas. Cool.
Me and Chase will be in Vegas for Double or Nothing.
Oh, wow.
So hopefully you can we can get some good accommodations. After all, you are.
I'll figure it out. I know Chase is good friends with Dr. Martha Hart, so we'll figure it out.
And also, March 29th, March coming up later on in March is the debut of All Access.
And I think that show is gonna. Everyone thought it was gonna be some scripted Total Divas reality show, but it is no Total Divas. This is really, really. When we say it's all access, you're gonna see everything. You might even see them poop. That's how crazy of the access that we gave to the cameras. You know,
TMI, Mr. Khan. TMI.
Well, I'm just trying to give an example. I'm trying to throw in a joke, because I know when you guys have Paul on, I hear the little chuckling. You guys haven't even chuckled at any of my jokes, so I've been trying to get a joke in there.
I'll tell you what, tell us a joke, Mr. Khan. Tell us a joke.
I'm not good on the spot, Steve. I don't want to talk about it on the spot. You guys, but I don't want to take up too much of your time and stuff. I know you guys got a lot going on. The kitchen can't stay open all day, and you got to clean it, make sure the new guests in there. I know that Steve does it well. You guys might be busy later on tonight. Celebrating John Cena's return. I'm actually going to tune in. I'm going to watch that too. I like John Cena. I think he's a great talent. It would be great to one day maybe be in the AEW banner. But yeah, when it comes down to it, I really do enjoy. I really do enjoy like what you guys are doing. Thank you guys so much for reviewing the show. I think you guys are doing a great job. I know you got some great matches coming up. You got the death match. You got the AEW TNT title match, which I really thought was a sleeper on the card. The tag team title match, which the Ass Boys got revenge from Danhausen for all those months of them calling the Ass Boys. No one even talked about that long-term booking, and I was kind of upset about it. So hopefully you guys bring that up. That's the reason why Danhausen and Orange Cassidy were in this match, was so that way the Gun Club can finally get rid of that Ass Boy moniker that has been haunting them for almost like the last 6 months. Golly, and then of course the amazing Iron Man match. We all know that was a fantastic performance by both my world champion and Bryan Danielson. It was a great show. But yeah, I want to thank everyone. Thank everyone for being a part of the Round the Point Network. I'll see you guys soon. And I can't wait. Do you guys wait? 4 days for that. 2 days for tonight. 2 days for tonight. Dynamite. You cannot miss it. Sacramento, Powerhouse, and Wardlow.
Wow, look at that. That was beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Khan. Thank you for your time. We hope all is well for you, and we look forward to seeing the rest of what's going to be happening as we are on the road to Double or Nothing. Thank you, Mr. Khan. That was Tony Khan, Matt. That's great. Tony, you still there, Tony? I think he left the building. Hey, look at this. Look at this, Mike. He left a good tip.
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Tony left a good tip on the table there.
I was gonna say something bad, but there you go.
What are you gonna say? What we're gonna say? Come on, man.
It doesn't matter now. He's a good guy.
He's a good man. He's also a man of honor. Another man of honor,
yeah, he's the man of honor.
The man of honor, yeah. So where were we, Mike? We're talking about the women's match. It was good for what it was worth.
No, I think we were done with that.
Yeah, we were done with that. We had the Texas Death Match, Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. I know there's a lot of you who probably are not into the death match thing.
I'm one of them.
This is fine. I'm not really either, but after I hit a couple puffs, and that blunt kicks in, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, right? These two guys just went out there and just beat the holy what out of each other.
Yes, they did.
They used a brick. They used barbed wire. They used a fork. The barbed wire table.
A rusty chain.
A rusty ass chain. Just good back and forth. Of course, we had a little thing going on right on the True Heel Heat, a little parlay thing on how long it'll take for Jon Moxley to bleed. I put the under, and I was right. He bled under 4 minutes.
If only he would have waited at the 5 minutes. That's all I waited. I didn't even give him a big over. I just wanted 1 minute after 4. This dude couldn't make it past 4. 3 minutes? It took you 3 minutes to blade, bro. Come on, man.
You know what's crazy? Heyman and Page couldn't even make him bleed right.
Yeah, he couldn't even make him bleed right. Yeah.
Like you see, and again, I know nobody wants to mention this, but there's a moment in the match where John Moxley, is doing this, and the blade drops out of his hand during the match.
Yeah, he kicked it out of the ring
He did.
instead of passing it. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, that happens, in that situation. Stuff happens. But nonetheless, that didn't take away from this very gruesome match. This match was gruesome, great, gory, bloody, good story, good in-ring story, great ending.
Bro, he
just
hung
overall.
John Moxley.
Yeah, we saw a hanging. We saw a hanging today.
We saw
Yesterday.
a hanging. We saw a hanging on pay-per-view, man.
Yeah,
After all,
man.
he is the hangman. He is the hangman after all.
Yeah, last time I saw somebody get hung was WrestleMania 15.
Rest in peace. I love the hardcore Extreme Rules deathmatch style wrestling. It was violent and had a decent amount of blood.
Yeah.
Yes,
I still like the visual of when Moxley used the fork on Hangman Page. Just the squirting of the blood. It just looked like a horror film. It was crazy.
It did. But when it was all said and done, listen, I felt like the right person went over.
Yeah.
The right person went over. And I hope this is the end of this. We move on. Because I think coming out of this, I kind of hope we go in a certain direction. But we shall see, right? We shall see how that goes.
Yes.
But again, man, one thing I'll say, though, let's point this out. That new Hangman Page theme song. I know it's for one night only. It was for one night only. But no.
I have to listen to it again. Because when I saw it, I was like, okay, it's all red. And I heard a different beat, and I was like, this ain't. I hope they didn't really change it on purpose or permanently. But from what we're hearing, it is one night only. If I like it on second listen, I would probably want them to. I would want them to have him keep it for situations like this. Like he's turned. He has to turn to like it's like a mode,
like an alter ego almost, like
an alter ego. Yeah.
It's like when Finn is the demon, right? Like bam, bam.
Right. So when he does that, because what I got from it is like he's the cowboy, and his original entrance is like Good, Bad, and the Ugly. If you ever seen that Clint Eastwood '60s movie, is great. And then the red entrance is Red Dead Redemption. If you ever played that video game,
I'm not.
Okay,
well, I'm more again. You know me,
great
FIFA,
video game.
FIFA only, baby, only FIFA, only the FIFA. Man.
You need to branch out, brother. You need to branch out on a lot of things.
FIFA. Listen, I played Madden the other day.
I'm talking about the sports games. You need to branch out.
I played some Call of Duty games before.
You need to branch out. That's not still considered as the same thing. You need to branch out.
We'll get there. When I get the PS5, we'll get there.
Yeah, by the time you do that, you'll be 40, and then you won't want to play video games.
Word. That is very true. That is very true. So let's see here. I love the new theme song. That's cool.
You and a lot of other people did. And I'm not gonna crucify those people for liking it. Hey, it is what it is. I want to listen to it in a second listen.
I'm about to listen to it again. Get a chance to see, because again, you gotta remember they're in an arena, so the people cheering and booing kind of doesn't really help when you're trying to listen to the music of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hang 'em High movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the media scrum, MJ was mocking CM Punk with the pickle thing. We did see that.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that before. Well, actually, during Chase's review.
Yeah, we did. Which we beat him to. We beat the media scrum. We lasted longer than the media scrum.
Yes.
Texas Deathmatch should only be on pay-per-views, not TBS or TNT. I agree, and I think you can get away with certain things on pay-per-view like this. Remember the lights out match with Punk with with Moxley and Omega. I think it was on. Was it on I think it was Full Gear Revolution. One of the two. It had to be Revolution.
Let's see.
2019, I think it was. It had to be. And everyone went off on it. Oh, how crazy it can be. But, it is what it is. So from there.
That was full. I think that was full gear. Yeah, full gear.
Okay.
Full gear. Yeah.
From there, we go to Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for the TNT title. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to say it was a bad match, but it was probably the moment on the show where kind of went a little bit like, eh. Like you could have easily skipped this match, to be honest with you, right? It was okay for what it was, but again, you could have easily skipped this match. All you need to know here is that Samoa Joe got put to sleep by Wardlow with the rear naked choke. He got put to sleep. And Wardlow is once again the TNT champion, 2-time TNT champion. It's my understanding this coming Wednesday, he will be facing Powerhouse Hobbs for the TNT title. And in the media scrum, they did have a little back and forth in the media scrum, which should be a fun match. I mean, listen, it kind of sucks that we're rushing this because I don't think either one of them should be losing right now. That's just me. I mean, you could do like a I mean, again, I don't know if they will ever consider doing it like a no contest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or a disqualification type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can build up to a later match down the road. Because I just don't want to see any of them lose right now. I just don't want to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a hot potato.
I hope
to be
not.
honest with you. And in a sense where I don't care if it's a hot potato with the TNT title because it hasn't been booked that good lately. So it wouldn't matter to me if they did. I mean, I just want to see what a Powerhouse Hobbs title reign would look like for the TNT title. Other than Wardlow, because Wardlow is, I mean, they're both not that over right now. I'd rather see Wardlow chase than have a long reign, in my opinion.
Yes.
And him and Hobbs, and it's funny. I always think about that time when they were in that ladder match. I think it was wasn't it the first Face of the Revolution ladder match?
I think it was, yeah. I believe it was.
When Wardlow and Hobbs were in it, and they had a stare off. They had a stare off, and you said they won't like that type of match. This ain't AEW type of match or
it's
AEW
not.
type of feud.
Let's be honest. It's not. It's not an AEW prototypical style of a preference. Again, the AEW Freakazoid, respectably, of course. They prefer, dudes wearing the kick pads, throwing the super kicks left and right, lariats, using, I don't know, a pile driver of some sort as what's the word I'm looking for here? As a lead move to a finisher, which is like kind of uneventful. That said finisher
transition move.
Transition move to an uneventful finisher. The near falls. Like a lot of these preference wrestlers are their preference, right? They try to do the strong style, even though they probably never even sniffed Japan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, to each their own.
Right.
But it's two big guys going at it.
Yeah.
And who knows?
Two meaty men slapping meat.
I can't play the clip. I can't play it.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
I'll say it for you. Yeah, I'll say it for you.
Yes. And you know what?
But
maybe they'll blow the roof off the joint. You know what I mean?
Maybe. I mean, they were destined, I guess, to have a feud with each other. Ever since then, I guess.
World?
What's up, Frantic World?
What's going on? Shadow writes here, as a friend of mine says, AEW fans love their kick, flip, dive, and false finishes. Yeah, they do. They go crazy for it, which we'll get into when we get to the main event. So from there, Mike, we move on to the tag team championship match, Fatal 4-Way. The Guns defending the tag titles against the Acclaimed, who had Max Caster shat the bed yesterday with his rap, offbeat, stumbled a little bit. It was off. Versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus Orange Cassidy and Dan Hoosen.
Dan Hoosen.
That's what I like to call him.
Yeah, Danhausen.
Danhausen, I know. He looks like you ever watch Rocket Power, bro, growing up as a kid?
Yeah.
Like Eddie, Prince of the Other World. He has like that frame, like if y'all get it, awesome. If you guys get it, fucking awesome, okay? But yeah, this match just was all over the place. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Okay, I don't mean that in a bad way. Cause I feel like they tried to get something going out of this, right? There was a moment where you thought, like, oh my god, they're gonna give it to Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. Like you thought about it, right? But when it was all said and done, they did the right thing, and they had the Guns retain their titles. What you got there, Mike? Oh yeah. So in case you're wondering, Danhausen right there. The body frame, the body frame that is. We're not
the body frame. Yeah.
Okay. If you could just put some Danhausen paint on that, spot on, bro. Yeah. Some Danhausen painting on that, spot on. But the Acclaim got the win, and after this, they're celebrating. I guess Renee Paquette got in the ring for an interview with them, right?
Yep.
And the next thing you know, you hear the music, boom, 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 boom. And everyone lost it. Oh my god, everyone went crazy with it, right? Everyone went crazy. FTR made their return. They started brawling. Dax Harwood started bleeding. I don't know from what happened, but he started bleeding.
Well, one of the ass boys was a little too stiff. That's what happened.
There you go. The Guns. You mean the Guns, Steve? Yeah. Did I say the Guns? What did I say? The Acclaim? What did I say? I said the Ass Boys, right?
I wasn't even really listening.
Ass Boys, the Guns. They all, it all sounds the same, right? And FTR came out, like we just mentioned. They're brawling and they hold up the tag titles, meaning we're gonna get them going at it. Which you kind of saw coming. It makes sense considering the fact that the Ass Boys or the Gun Club, whatever you want to call them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did beat them, right? They did a whole funeral for them and shit. But here's what I like about this, though. We mentioned this earlier, Mike. They had one of their pillars, the young talent, go over here. That's the one good thing I'll say about this tag title match. And I get it.
You consider the Goods as a pillar?
No, but one of their young, one of their young talents.
Yeah, becoming talents.
As in their own, that brand's talent. They didn't come from anywhere else. You know what I mean? Yeah. They were made in AEW. That's what I'm trying to refer to.
I get you.
And yes, for some people, for Safed, it was the bathroom break. It's fair enough. I mean, we'll see where they go with this. I don't see them dragging this shit to Double or Nothing. More than likely, probably on an episode of Dynamite. I mean, I don't know when they're doing Battle of the Belts. Probably there too. We shall see. We'll see what happens. From there, Mike, we get the main event of the evening. Bryan Danielson getting an opportunity, had to go through all these hurdles, Mike, all these obstacles, right? All these hurdles, right? To go up against MJF for the AEW World Championship in a 60-minute Iron Man match.
This match was brilliant.
It was beautiful. Chef's kiss, bro. I've seen people since last night on social media talk or discuss, if you will, was the best Iron Man match in the history of pro wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this, Mike, today on social media on the Twitter?
Well, actually, we kind of had that discussion yesterday on True Hill Heat
And
after the
also on
show,
Chilling with Chase.
and also with Chilling with Chase. Yes.
But yes, we did. But have you seen this also online? Like, following everything that went down and all that shit this morning. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen your boy, say that, hey, it probably is the best Iron Man match in the history of wrestling. I know Solid Monster said this on his review, and I fuck with the Solid Monster. I respect him, right? Probably one of the reasons why I'm even doing this, right? I'll say it's one of the best, because I don't want to start this argument and shit. I don't want to do that, right? I don't.
You know what? I will.
You'll
And
be the
you know
guy.
where I'll be the guy. And you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna watch every single 60-minute Iron Man match that is in existence that we know of, and I will rank them.
Wow. You heard it here, folks. Big Mike.
I
This
will
man.
make it. I will make it in a tweet. And then we'll discuss it for the Raw rundown tomorrow.
We gonna be up all night tonight, big. We gonna be up all night.
Well, might as well. I mean, once we get off of here, I'm gonna probably watch
WrestleMania 12 first. WrestleMania 12.
Yeah, WrestleMania 12, and watch the Raw.
Romeo writes here. Big Mike doing the work Steve won't do. I gotta cook after this, so I gotta do my meal prepping. So, respect for the dedication to Big Mike. Yeah, man. I admire dedication. I admire it.
Yeah.
So again,
and hold me up to that. Hold me up to that too. I will do it.
Damn, dude, that's a massive gauntlet you're going to put yourself through.
Well, guess what? I got nothing but time. I got nothing but time.
That was the best Iron Man match I ever seen, but this is second behind Shawn and Brett WrestleMania 12. You know the thing, right? I used to hold Shawn and Brett Iron Man to a high standard. I used to.
Me too.
Right? But as I got older, right? As I got older, right, and I rewatched the match, it just doesn't hit the same. It just doesn't. Not saying it was a bad match, because there's some that say, "Oh, that match sucked." I get it. But I think at the same time, there has been other matches. There has been. You can go back to Cena versus Orton from 2009, right? Triple H and The Rock, Judgment Day 2000. You can go back to Brock and Kurt from SmackDown. Oh, you guys just talk about Fed matches. What the fuck's wrong with you guys? Hey, dog, what pops up? You know what I mean? What can we say? Benoit versus Triple H. Even though, again, we don't want to say that person's name, but we just got to be real with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, they had the match. It's a part of history. Unfortunately, one of the guys are a shit human being, but we can't leave him out of wrestling history. That's one of the things that, I have to separate. We got to separate the shit person and just kind of talk about the wrestler. He was once my favorite wrestler at one point.
Yes, it's nostalgic because it stands out during the era, but it's not enjoyable to watch by today's standards. That's true as well.
Which one? The Brett and Shawn?
I think so. Yeah. I'm going to rewatch last night's Iron Man when it becomes available. You can always watch it on Peruvian Fight TV, man. Peruvian BR Live.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on Daily Motion right now.
It should be on Daily Motion. A lot of these matches, they're on Daily Motion. In AEW, they won't get on until like probably a couple weeks from now and shit, to start removing these videos and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But this match, bro, I gotta say, it was amazing. And the other thing with
Yeah.
Iron Man matches too, you know you're gonna sit there for 60 minutes. It normally, the thing with Iron Man matches, bro, they pick up the excitement. It's really the last 15 minutes.
It is.
You know, but these guys went out there, had everyone in the palm of their hands for 60 minutes, dude. Bryan Danielson, even in defeat, solidified himself as one of the top pound for pound pro wrestlers on the planet.
Yes.
If he is not in your top 10, fucking top 5 or top 10, whatever, maybe, right?
Yeah. I mean, I said last night he's in my top 10. Like he's, oh no, I said MJF was in my top 10, but
Danielson.
But Brian, wrestlers today, he's top 5.
He is top 5. To
Yes.
me, you know, it's Roman, Okada,
Yes.
Bryan, Will Ospreay, then Rollins. And then there's the rest of them. Then there's the rest.
I got I got Roman, Okada, I got Osprey 3. I have Rollins. No, I got no. I got Rollins 5 and I got Bryan 4.
To me, Bryan's number 3. But again, if he's not in your top 5, bro, what the fuck's wrong with you? Hell, after last night, I've heard people say like I've heard this for a while. Oh, MJF's only good on the mic, but when the bell rings, that discussion is dead. That discussion, I don't want to hear it no more. MJF,
I don't think that was even a discussion. That wasn't even discussion to me because of all the matches he had before this.
No, but dude, this was the ultimate test. 60-minute.
This was the ultimate test
for him.
Yes, it was.
Can you hang with one of the best to ever fucking do it? A guy who's been doing the damn thing for more than 20 plus years. Who's been at the top, right? Fought the best of the best, went to war with the best you can think of, right? Main events at WrestleMania twice, right? Won the title at WrestleMania, right? When at a time when people did not view him in that position, right? You can say guys like Bryan and Punk, and I'll throw Punk in this too, were trailblazers for that indie work rate performer. That, hey, listen, we can do this too at a high level and be in a high position. They opened that door. Let me correct myself. They opened that door. And Bryan last night showed everyone, in case y'all forgot, in case y'all must have forgot, I can still do this shit. You know what I mean? And for MJF, bro, he, again, had the performance of his life. You know what I mean? Yes. And if you're one of these geeks, like we say here on Around the Point Network, if you're one of these nerds and virgins that still are gonna sit there and say, "Oh, MJF, he's gonna, but he can't do it when the bell rings," go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. That's probably the only time I'll drop the F-bomb tonight on the show. And if I'm wrong on that, I probably have it earlier, but whatever the case may be. You know?
Yeah.
I was blown away, dude. I was blown away. And again, I had the score right. I had the score right too. I said 3-2.
4-3.
I said 3-2. I said 3-2. I said 3.
Yeah.
Right? They were 2-2, right?
No,
Bryan,
it ended up being 4-3.
Ended up being 4-3. Oh shit, man, my bad.
Yeah, because they tied at 3-3 at 3-3
yes,
apiece.
Yes. So I love the entrance from MJF. Like the little violins. I love that first part. Then the beat dropped.
Yeah.
He came out with the
Yeah.
mask, the devil
Yeah. The
mask.
Devil's Mask. Yeah.
He paid homage to Shawn Michael WrestleMania 12, right, with the gold and white. I know he changed the strap on the belt a while ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I meant to say last night, he changed it again to a lighter strap color. You noticed that?
Okay. It did look a little bit lighter,
And I
but I
like
don't
it.
know. Maybe it was the lighting, because, like I said before, with the Triple B, when he first debuted it was dark, but I said it probably will end up being lighter depending on the lighting and the camera quality. I think it's the lighting and the camera quality that made it look lighter. I don't think they changed the strap.
Fair. But they went back and forth, right? They were bleeding, right? MJ was just gushing out blood, just gushing blood like crazy, right? So was Brian too. So was Brian. Let's get that way too. Um, and it was just one of those things. Again, they went to a draw, right? There's a moment where Brian had him in the leg lock in a single leg
Mm-hmm.
Boston Crab. The countdown went down to 0. Everyone thought, okay, it's a draw, means MJF retains.
Mm-hmm.
But Tony Khan wasn't having that. He wasn't having it.
Mm-hmm.
And who did he let know? He let Tony Schiavone know.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony Schiavone, again, he has history with MJF.
Yeah.
Going back to their days in MLW.
Yep.
And he's happy as fuck to make this. He's happy as shit to make this announcement. He is excited. He walks his ass down the aisle, gets his ass in the ring, and he lets know that, hey, there's going to be sudden death per Tony Khan. Next fall wins.
Yeah.
So we get that. And everyone thought, oh my God, Brian's about to do it. Brian's about to do it. He had the
They
guy.
made it good to make you think that Brian was gonna win.
Yeah.
I mean, that sequence of it was MJF with the belt with the Triple B. I liked it when the ref made MJF think. He was like, well, it was like a duel, like, I'm gonna make you think I'm gonna hit him, then you take the belt, I'm gonna take the ring out, and then he gets hit with the bicycle knee kick. And the sell on that knee from MJF,
It's like,
he got folded like a lawn chair, primed and ready for a pin, and kicked out.
And bro, and
You thought.
And then Shivani's reaction on commentary, this fucking twerp fucking found a way. I can't believe it. Like, he does not like, again, and I love just that emotion. You love it. You love to see it. Right? And I'll be honest with you too. I know Jim Ross showed up, I think, for one match or two.
Oh, yeah.
And I know he's not the same man he once was from back in the day. And I love Jim Ross. I think everyone here who's in this chat loves Jim Ross. Legend. Well, a lot of us grew up on Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you imagine a prime Jim Ross calling this match?
This would have been great for prime JR.
Calling MJF a son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. He found, I can't believe it.
99, 2000, 2001, 2002. JR would have been right here. Would have been great. Yes.
So the ending of the match, right? MJF taps out, but he's holding the rope.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, that's bullshit. It's fuck. Listen, he had his hand on the rope.
Yeah.
Wrestling rules. That's a rope break. Wrestling rule 101. If you put any body part of yourself, whether you're touching the rope or underneath the rope, it's a rope break.
Yeah. And that can cause a disqualification on the opposing person
on the 5 count.
After a 5 count. Yeah.
Yes. And exactly. Thank you, Romeo. And a prime Jerry Lawler defending all of MJF heel tactics. I could see Lawler saying that kid needed some refreshment. He took a lot of water.
Yeah.
He was sipping a
Oh
lot of
yeah, he
water.
had a couple water breaks. Yeah, couple
Yes.
water breaks, which I thought that was a great attention to detail too. Like Brian didn't need any of that. Dude was
Nope.
bleeding from the mouth. Dude was bleeding from his head. He was bleeding from his elbow. Not a single water break.
Not a
MJF
break.
had two.
Felt like 3, bro. Felt like 3.
It felt like three, but I can only remember two. I remember the first one where he went under the ring, drunk it, threw it over his head, and was
Yes.
breathing real hard. And well, I guess the third one was after the 1 hour,
Yes.
and he got an extra water and
So
oxygen.
yes. So near the end, so before the match, before the time went out, right? They had MJF, an oxygen. They put the thing on his mouth so he can get some oxygen going for him, right? But the tank was still outside. So when he
Yeah.
when he tapped out, had his hand, he rolled out of the ring. So Brian goes to get him, and he hits Brian with the tank
Yeah.
right in the face. And then Brian's he can't move. He's out. And then they were chanting, thank you, Spad. They're chanting H2O, H2O, H2O. And MJF makes Brian tap out with Brian's own finishing hold.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful. And yes, let's get this out of the way too. The whole incident where MJF threw water or tequila. It was tequila. Turns out it was tequila. At a little kid.
Yeah.
Listen, I found that it was tequila early this morning.
I think we all did.
I think we all did. Everyone thought it was water, right? Had it only been water, I said on Chilling with Chase, MJF knew what he was doing. Because had he thrown the water at the mom, all right, it's fine. He still gets attention. But throwing at a little kid, getting all the social media reaction, right? All these sensitive fans, right? That can't wait to just react and demand, justice and all that stuff. They would have went off. And they did. And MJF knew what he was doing with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And AEW took care of that kid. They got him they had him go backstage, meet Powerhouse Hobbs. I know a member of the wrestling media, Will Washington of Grab City and of Fightful, bought the little kid an acclaimed Scissor Me foam finger.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, come on, man. It's cool. I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Fans started buying him stuff, from what I heard too. But then you find out it was actual tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, right? Finding out it was tequila.
My statement still. No, not for me. Not for me.
Hear me out. I get it. It's different. However, I know what MJ was trying to go for.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, listen, at these shows, you're gonna have at all these shows that you go, whether it's WWE or AEW, even the independent shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna sell alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not a parent. I'm an uncle.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the same shit. Yeah, but I go to PTA meetings from time to time. I used to go to PTA meetings back in the day, right? If I'm at a show with a kid, like my niece or nephew, what have you, I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm not drinking alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I'm not even hitting this in front of a kid. I'm not even hitting this. That's just me. I know parents, there's different parents. Folks can be different, and I get that. Right? But I get what MJF was going for.
Mm-hmm.
For the heat. And he got it.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say, Mike?
I was saying my statement from yesterday still stands. I mean, you got to smarten your kid up. Sitting that close to the action, anything can happen, good or bad. You're part of the show. Um, the only job of the fan is to not take over the show, but you're part of the show once the talent makes you a part of the show. Um, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Sad, and unfortunate that the kid's mad
So
and the parent is mad.
I'm rewatching the video.
Yeah,
The kid had his hood on.
yeah. He wasn't even really paying attention. I think I'm going with the theory of Romeo. I think that it was all staged.
Could very well be. Could, for all we know, could very well be.
I think it was all staged.
He is all ready.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna feel that bad. Although if it was a real situation, I mean, shit happens, bro.
Like we
So
like if we hear, oh, the kid got blinded or something, he couldn't see. You know what I mean? We didn't hear that.
yeah,
But again, that Iron Man match, bro, just fucking amazing, bro.
yeah, yeah.
You know, and I'm excited to see where they go now on the road to Double or Nothing. I mean, we said this earlier, right? I know we said this earlier that Ricky Stark said, you know what he said. I think though, coming out of this show in Double or Nothing, you do MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. That's the match to do.
Yeah, I mean, he called out a lot of people, but he specifically had a disdain, bad feelings for Hangman.
And if you go back in time, bro, if you go back into history, yes, MJF beat Hangman Page for the ring.
Yeah,
But if you go back to the first Double or Nothing, what do you remember from the first Double or Nothing? Mike, what do you remember?
it's so long ago. Don't put me on the spot.
Okay, I'll tell you. It was the Casino Battle Royal, right?
Yeah,
The one that Jim Cornette hates so badly, right?
yeah.
Right? The
Hmm.
guy with no legs wrestled in the match and all that stuff, right?
Hmm.
But the last two
Hmm.
were MJF and Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page was the Joker in that match. Remember?
Hmm. Yeah.
MJF hiding under the ring. He trying to get his timing in, but Hangman Page eliminated MJF last to win the whole thing, to go on to become a challenger to be the first AEW World Champion. So there's history there, if you really think
Mhm.
about it, right? And
Yeah.
how fitting would it be? They go back to this. Well, granted, not that it's to the same city, just not
Same
the
event.
same event, just different venue, a bigger venue.
Yeah.
The quote unquote scene of the crime, even though it's not really the scene of the crime because it's a different building,
Yeah.
right? And we'll see. But I think that's the match to do. And does MJF retain? Yes. Here
Mhm.
I know it was SP3 who said this, and I kind of agree too, man. You milk this shit, bro. This whole bidding war of 2024, you milk it. You run with this, bro. You run with this.
Yeah.
And then let's say the last couple of, I don't know, December, right? He drops it. Because everyone
At
thinks,
all
oh,
out.
well, December.
Oh,
Because again,
December.
you want people to think that, oh my God, remember his contract expires January 1st, 2024, right?
Yeah.
So you want people to think, oh my God, he's going to retain. He might be leaving this company and leaving with that belt, right?
Mhm.
You want people to think this shit.
Yeah.
But we shall see how they get this done. Again, man, this show overall, a good pay-per-view. A very good fucking pay-per-view. And I'm excited, bro. Again, I'll be in Vegas. To see where they go with all this stuff. But Mike, your final thoughts on the show, man. Your final thoughts.
It exceeded my expectations. Was only looking forward to 2 matches. Those matches did well, very much deliver. And some of the matches I didn't care about, I didn't have a problem with, and they weren't bad enough for me to say screw the show. I give it a 9 out of 10. It still stands. I know a lot of people say 8, 8.5 because the matches that did happen, like the Jericho match, the TNT title match, it wasn't their favorites, and that kind of dampened their ratings. I understand it, but in my eyes, it didn't hurt it. It didn't hurt the show.
They did not hurt the show. It did not hurt the show at all. It just wasn't my preference. That being the TNT
Yeah,
title, the TNT title match and the tag titles, they were not my preference at all. But overall, the show was great, dude. And that's what you needed um, from AEW to kick off their first pay per view of the year. Um, Considering that they had an 800,000 plus rating uh, coming out of Wednesday night, right? They needed that
yeah,
boost, and I hope they continued this momentum. I hope they do, man.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but what else happened this weekend besides UFC? Nothing really, nothing crazy in the news, right? I know that Sonya Deville got arrested.
Yeah, she did.
Um,
Yeah, for a firearm.
in Jersey, and again, New Jersey is a very strict state in the
Yeah, New
country. One
Jersey,
of
New York.
is the
Yeah.
strictest states. Yeah. Uh, David Finlay's in the Bullet Club. I saw that. I mean,
Is he the leader or is
so
he?
so basically, he replaced Switchblade Jay White.
So he's the leader.
I would assume so. I mean, let me show you a graphic, I guess.
Which
Yeah,
I see that, and then I'm saying that he's gonna win the New Japan Cup because of that,
I think he will. Yes. Let me
and he
just
will face I think Will Ospreay in my predictions that I
could
set
very
to
well be.
Romeo, and he
Let me
will
see.
beat Will Ospreay. Yeah.
Let me see here. Let me just see if I can find a photo here. Mm. Okay, here's one, I guess, right? Here's one. Um, he's looking a little bit like Switchblade here. Big Mike, I'll let you be the judge of this. I'll let you be the judge of this one. Um, you see that, Big Mike?
He does look a little bit like Switchblade. He has he has like black and he has split hair color.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he does. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I mean, good for him. They're doing something with him, right? But we'll see how they go with that. Revolution was Ace's hope they keep the momentum going, and I agree with that. I hope they do keep the momentum going. Palu. Um, do gun law differ from each state? Asking from Cat. Yeah, they do. They do.
Yes, they do.
New
Yes.
Jersey is the most strictest state regarding. They just don't give permits, what have you, to anyone. So there's that also. I just hope she doesn't do like no hard time or anything like that. So there's that. What else happened? I don't want to talk about this, but I know when Jake Paul fought Tommy Fury, right? That weekend, um, Floyd Mayweather also had a fight.
Yeah, he fought some jabron in an exhibition and beat the crap out of him.
Did you see the photos though, bro? That he fought like in an empty arena, dude.
Yeah, yeah, but hey, he got paid, so it doesn't matter.
No, but it's like people are saying it just looks sad though. Like, yo, you fought in you're taking these exhibition bouts. Again, you're Floyd Mayweather, right? Do whatever you want. You got nothing to prove anymore, right?
Right.
You've done it all. But you see him fighting these like empty, and again, he put his whole entourage, the money team, right, and all that stuff. It just looked depressing as shit.
Yeah, he still draws, but I think nobody really cares. unless he's fighting someone of equal status.
Yeah.
If he's not fighting somebody of equal status, it's just a sparring session that
Yeah,
you
it
get
is.
big money for.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Also, tonight's Monday Night Raw. It's gonna be live from Boston, Massachusetts. The return of John Cena.
The GOAT.
The GOAT is he's one of the GOATs. One of the GOATs too. I know. He's in my top 10. He is in my top 10 for sure.
All time, yeah, he's in my top 10
of all time. Yes. And they're saying him and Austin Theory. I know Theory wants to meet him, and I probably will miss it because I have to pick up my dad from the airport. I will be obviously likely so. I'll rewatch it. I'll rewatch it, and we'll talk about it tomorrow on Rundown. So, guys, tomorrow, 3:00. Good, Mike.
Yes. You know what? I'll go to the movies Wednesday. Screw it. Yeah.
So you're gonna miss. Let's talk NXT.
Possibly.
Fair enough.
Either we can do an early show.
We probably do early
Wednesday.
Show. We can do early show Wednesday. Do early show.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, 12 p.m. That good for you? 12 p.m.
Yeah.
Do 12 p.m. We can do that. So yeah, guys, tomorrow Raw Rundown at 3 p.m. We'll be reviewing Monday Night Raw. Let's Talk NXT will be on Wednesday, 12 p.m. And then we return Thursday with SAD, Something About Dynamite, or we will recap AEW Dynamite and see how they follow up coming out of Revolution. All right. And then Friday, of course, is the flagship show Around the Point at 10 p.m. And then Saturday, chilling with Chase.
Yeah.
All right. So want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. If you are new once again to the Around the Point Network, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give this whole video stream a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media. Hit that bell notification. Be notified when we go live here on the channel. Literally now almost every day. And also, of course, Thursday. Also, forgot. Holy shit. There's 2 shows on Thursday. There's SAD, and then later on at, I think it's 7 p.m. Right?
Yes, we will.
Caden will be live here on the channel for the Ring of Honor watch along. That's All Honor.
Yes.
With Caden Lee. I know he has a guest. So yeah, if again, that's the only watch along that we have here on the channel, on the network. So again, if you're into Ring of Honor and you like what they're doing, that's it for you. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be the one for you. All right. But you can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Big Mike, let them know where can they follow you. And all that fun stuff.
You can follow me on Twitter at DetroitGamer313. Also, you can find me here every single day on Around the Point Network. And also, you can find me on the Romeo Anthony channel doing watch-alongs to Last of Us, Bel Air, and The Mandalorian. Soon for movies and other TV shows whenever Romeo gets around to it. And also, I will most likely be on the True Hill Heat Raw watch along
tonight. That's awesome.
Tonight.
That's awesome, brother. Awesome, because I'm gonna need you tomorrow. Probably you'll be probably leading in tomorrow, so you'll be leading. So there's that. All right. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. You guys are awesome as always. All right. What a good way to start off the week. For myself, for Big Mike, for Tony Khan for coming in to talk to you guys, and for the gang. We do this for you guys every single week. This has been Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network. Good day, everyone.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.